Imagine standing on the edge of a vast, unfamiliar ocean. The air is thick with the scent of salt and the sound of distant gulls, but a dense fog has rolled in, swallowing the horizon. You hold a map, but the path beyond a few feet is invisible. You know you must embark, but where does the tide truly lead? What challenges lurk beneath the unseen waves? This profound sense of being adrift, of needing to move forward without clear sight of the destination, is a feeling many of us know intimately. It's the uncertainty that grips us when we face major life decisions, unexpected changes, or simply the relentless march of an unpredictable future. We crave clarity. We yearn for a crystal ball, a definitive signpost, a promise that all will be well. But the future, by its very nature, refuses to be pinned down. It laughs at our meticulously laid plans and often unfold in ways we could never have foreseen. And in that gap, between our deep desire for certainty and the inherent unpredictability of life, anxiety often takes root. We might find ourselves paralyzed, endlessly deliberating, hoping that if we just wait a little longer, if we just gather a little more information, the fog will lift. But what if the fog never lifts entirely? What if the truest path forward isn't about demanding clarity from the future, but about cultivating clarity within ourselves? This, at its core, is a profound lesson from Stoicism. Consider Alex. Alex had built a comfortable life in a city they knew well. Their job was stable, their friends close, their routines comforting. Then an unexpected opportunity arose, a dream job, but in a city thousands of miles away. A city where Alex knew no one, where the cost of living was higher and the professional landscape entirely different. The decision weighed heavily. On one hand, the potential for growth was immense. On the other, the risks felt daunting, the unknowns overwhelming. Alex spent weeks poring over data, talking to mentors, trying to calculate every possible outcome. But every new piece of information seemed to introduce two more questions. The future remained a shifting, nebulous entity. This is precisely where the Stoic wisdom offers a lifeline. A Stoic doesn't demand clarity from the future. They understand that the future is, for the most part, outside their control. They recognize that trying to perfectly predict or control every variable is a futile exercise, a source of endless frustration and anxiety. Instead, they shift their focus entirely. The Stoics tell us that while we cannot control external events, we can control our judgments about those events, our reactions, and crucially, our actions in the present moment. For Alex, the thousands of miles, the new city, the uncertain professional landscape, these were externals. What was within Alex's control? Their diligence in researching the opportunity, their integrity in weighing the pros and cons, their courage in facing the unknown, and their wisdom in making a decision aligned with their deepest values. So, Alex stopped trying to map out every single twist and turn of a hypothetical future. Instead, they asked themselves, regardless of what happens, how can I act wisely, courageously, justly, and temperately right now? Wisdom for Alex meant acknowledging the risks without being paralyzed by them, and seeking to understand what was truly important. It meant assessing the job offer based on their long-term goals and values, not just immediate comfort. Courage meant being willing to step into the unknown, to embrace the discomfort of change, and to accept that setbacks might occur. It meant making the difficult decision and committing to it rather than oscillating endlessly. Justice in this context wasn't about fairness from the universe, but about fairness to oneself and to others involved in the decision. It meant communicating clearly, honoring commitments, and acting with integrity. And temperance meant managing the waves of anxiety and excitement that crashed over them. It meant not letting fear dictate their choices, nor letting impulsive hope blind them to potential challenges. It was about measured action, not reactive panic. Alex made the decision not with absolute certainty about the outcome, but with profound certainty of the integrity of their own process. They acted wisely in the present, trusting that virtue, their commitment to acting with wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, was the only stable ground in uncertain times. The Stoic path isn't about magically eliminating uncertainty. It's about fundamentally changing our relationship with it. It's about understanding that while the world outside is constantly shifting, there is an unwavering inner anchor, our capacity for virtuous action. This anchor holds firm, no matter how turbulent the external seas become. When we focus on what we can control, our character, our efforts, our choices, we free ourselves from the tyranny of the uncontrollable. We become less like a leaf tossed by every gust of wind, and more like a deeply rooted tree, swaying but not breaking, drawing strength from within, even as storms rage. This isn't a call to indifference or passivity, quite the opposite. It's a powerful invitation to intentional living, to act with purpose even when the path ahead is obscured, to trust that by consistently choosing virtue, by acting with wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, we are always building something stable, something truly valuable, regardless of what the future may bring. We are building a resilient self, capable of facing anything. So, the next time you find yourself staring into the fog of uncertainty, remember, you don't need a clear map of the future. You already possess the most reliable compass. Turn your gaze inward. Ask yourself, how can I act wisely, courageously, justly, and temperately right now? This question, deeply considered and consistently applied, is the Stoic way to endure uncertainty. It is the path to finding true certainty in the only place it truly resides, within your virtuous action. If this reflection resonated with you, I invite you to share your thoughts in the comments below. How do you navigate uncertainty in your own life? What practices help you stay grounded when the future feels unclear? And if you found value in this conversation, please consider subscribing or following for more reflections on living a thoughtful, resilient life. Your engagement helps these ideas reach more people who might find peace in their timeless wisdom.